Hey everyone, and welcome to Brick Talk TV on Sunday afternoon again. Hope you are well, and it seems ages ago since we did the last stream, but it was only last Sunday when we finished off the Titanic. So if you've not seen the finale for that, do check it out. It's on the channel for you to play back. But back to today, we're going to be building a large-scale Nintendo mushroom today. So it's BrickerBuilds version of the Nintendo mushroom. I've got my instructions here, so hopefully you can see the end result's going to look something like this, hopefully today. So it's going to be the first large-scale Lego sculpture really that I've built. We've got lots of Tupperware boxes everywhere with all the pieces. We've got all the pieces we need, so let's just get building really. There's about 950 or so pieces to build, I think. Was it? Or was it 700 and... They've got quite a few pieces. Anyway, several hundred pieces to build, so hopefully it won't take us too long to build. And they do say in the instructions to start off with a base plate, so I've just grabbed a regular tan coloured 32 studs by 32 studs plate to start our build off, and then we can detach it from the plate at the end and we'll have a standalone mushroom. So let's just go into 0 and then we'll get going. So we're going to be gathering various tan coloured parts to start us off. The base of the mushroom is going to be very much like the map build with me scouring around for lots of different pieces. So we start off with two sets of 2x3s in tan. We've got a 1x4. We've got a 2x4, sorry. We've got a couple of 1x4s. Then we've got a 1x6 to start us off. Probably not the best shade of base plate to use for this one because the base is the same colour of the mushroom. And of course we can start anywhere on the base plate because we'll detach it. So we start with the 1x6s, and then we put in the two 1x4s overlapping here. And then we've got the 2x3s overlapping by 2 studs, and then the 1x4 in the middle. I'm hoping this will detach quite easily at the end, but we'll see if we have any trouble. Then we need 6 2x4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to put these into the middle here with a 1 stud overlap either side here, and then in the middle we'll just fill these up with the other pieces like so. Hopefully you can kind of see that there on the screen, just to give you a little bit more of a close-up. Morning Brandon, welcome to the stream. Good morning Matty, or hello Matty, wherever you are in the world. Good to have you here. Then we need 2 more 1x4s. We need a 1x6. We need 1 2x4. I'm losing my voice today, and 2 1x3s, and we're just going to kind of repeat the pattern we did on the previous side, so it continues round. So put a 2x3 there, 2x4 there, 2x3 in there, then we have 1 stud indent, and we'll stick the 1x4s in, and then we'll finish off with the 1x6. You can see how this now forming the base of the mushroom. Now we need to build it up slightly, so we need 3 2x4s. We've got a 2x2 or corner piece, and we have 2 1x3s going on. And now we're going to build up this side of the mushroom. We've got a 1 stud indent here. I think it goes like this. Then we put the 2x4s across the middle section there. Then we have another 1x3 there, and then we stick the corner piece there, and there's a slight stud overlap there that's not going into anything, as you can see. Then we need a 2x6 brick in tan, 1x4. Then we've got some red bricks to go in, which we'll need. Find them. We've got lots of red bricks for this one. So we've got a 2x2 in red, and then we've got a 1x2 as well. So we put the 2x6 straight across over here on this side. Then we have the 1x4 with a 2 stud overlap coming out here, and then in the middle next to that we'll put the 2x2. Let me see, and that needs to. What's the 1x3? It's not 1x3. It's another 1x4. Misread my parts there. Bring that overlap there. Just doing some repair work here. So let's start. We've got a 2 stud overlap there. We've got a 2 stud overlap on that side. We've got our 4x4 in there. Let's see. Let's do that again. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. We do need a 1x3. So the 1x3 goes up the top here. Then we have our 1x4, which overlaps by 2 studs. Then we have our 2x2 here, and then we have another 1x4, which now is going to overlap this side by 2 studs. Then we have our 2x6, which goes on the edge there, which is overlapping as well. And we have a 1x2 in red there, and one on this side. So from a sideward angle, you can see that the mushroom is starting to jut out now and expand. Need another 2x6 in tan, and then we've got 4 in red. Quite a few mistakes made today as I build my first sculpture, so you will need to bear with me if I have to undo some stuff. So you put all those straight across, and then we have the other tan coloured one sticking out that side. Now you can see that they both overlap the same either side. Next up, we've got 3 2x4s, 2 1x3s, and then we've got another corner brick 2x2. So to do this side, then we have a 1x3, so we're just repeating the pattern we did on the other side. 1x3, 2x4, another 2x4, another 2x4, 1x3, and then interestingly it's showing this corner piece going in here but not sticking on anything. So let me just undo that. Let's see, so this is fun and games. Just got to put everything over by 1 stud on the top. On this side. Kind of makes a bit more sense as this mushroom is starting to jut out a bit by each level. Let's just put these in again. Right, that's better. Then we'll put our 2x4s on again. Chaos. So 1x3s just go on there again, and then we do now have a stud that allows us to put the corner piece in. So you can see here now the whole bottom part actually overlaps by 1 stud, which makes much more sense than how I was building it there. Brandon, this is built done by BrickerBuilds. I've put a link in the description below if you're interested in checking the instructions out. They do lots of different sculptures, and in a couple of weeks, or maybe a bit longer actually, we'll be doing a Mario version of this. So you can, once I've got all the bits, you can keep an eye on the channel for that popping up as well, and I'll show you how they build the Super Mario sculpture. So next up, we need 2 red 1x6s. We've got 3 tan 1x4s, 1 tan 1x3, and if I can find them in a box somewhere. But I can't. Where are they? 2 1x3s in red, it says. These are all 1x4s. Oh, tell me there's not in the box. Oh, this is annoying. Definitely not there. Of course, can see them for the trees. Right, so then a couple of 1x3s. So on this side, then we are the 1x4s are going to go over here by what looks like 1 stud overlap. Hopefully I'm getting this right again. And a 1x2, 1x2 in red, one of our 1x3s in red going across there, and then a 1x6 goes right across. Does that look right? I think it looks right. Then we've got a 1x3 in red and tan, and our 1x6 in red. Then we've got a 1x4 and a 1x4. We'll see if this actually looks proper. Looks a bit dodgy to me in terms of how I'm doing it, but let's have a look. Then we need 4 2x6s. I'll need 2 1x1s in tan. Again. And then the instructions are saying on 2 of these 2x6s we'll stick a 1x1 tan, I think it's about there, and that one goes in over here. Then we stick 2 of them regular next to each other, and then this one we'll stick on this side, and we'll stick that on this side. So you see the mushroom forming now. I'm still not sure about this side, might need to tweak it in a minute, we'll see when we get there. Then we need 5 2x4s in red. 1 2 3 4 5, and we're going to fill in the center section here with these. Leave 2 studs there, so we should have hopefully 5 studs there. We do. 4 studs there. We do. Cool. We need another 3 2x4s. We've got 2 1x4s in tan, and our last normal 1x1 in tan. Then we need a red 1x1. So our tan 1x1 just goes in there. We have a 1x4 coming off of that. Then we put 3 of our 2x4s here, and our 1x1 in red goes there, and our 1x4 comes out over this side. Then we need a 2x6 plate in tan, and that's going to go, we've got these studs overlapping down here, we're just going to stick that in on that side. So this is the mushroom as it comes up. I think this is probably going to be the front section maybe of the mushroom, so you've got some details of eyes and mouths and things coming through. So we need a 1x2 red plate, we've got two 1x2 tan tiles, and we've got two black 1x2 tiles, so that 1x2 tan tile goes there and on the other end. Then as we come in, we put the black tile, and in the middle here at the back we put the red plate. So from the side it's looking like that, nothing too special yet. Then we've got a 1x6 tan plate which is going to go across like that on top of those two studs. Then we've got two 1x6 red bricks, three 1x4 bricks, and a 1x3 in tan. Need a 1x3, two 1x3s in red, and a 1x2, two of those in red as well. So we're going to build out this section here. So kick us off, we put the 1x3 into that gap we left earlier, and coming off to the side we have another 1x6, and we've got our 1x2s in red there, 1x4 coming off there in tan, and then we have our 1x3 in the middle there, 1x6 there, and then we've got the front here a couple of 1x4s, and then we have a 1x3 that just goes in on that side. It kind of looks a bit like a squashed hedgehog at the moment, nothing too much to see here. Then you've got a 2x4 in red, we've got two 2x6s in red, and a couple of 2x3s in red as well. We're going to build up over this section now. So our 2x3s go 3 studs in, 1 stud overlap from there, put 2 of those next to each other. Then we have 2x4 with a 1 stud overlap. Then we have a 2x6, and then a 2x6 again coming in. Looks like chaos at the moment. Now we need a 2x3 in tan, 2x4 in tan, a couple of those. We've got a 1x2 in red, and hopefully a 1x2 in tan. Then we're going to come down this front section here, and in the middle we'll put a 2x4. We've got a 2x3, a 1x2 in red, and then we're just coming along the front here. And we've got our last 2x3 in tan, a couple of 2x4s, 1x2, 1x2. Just coming down the front there. Couple of 2x6s, 2x4, couple of 2x3s, and our 2x3 is going to come in red down this side next to each other. Then we have a 2x4 which overlaps even wider, and a 2x6 and a 2x6 that sort of brings it round. So if you look, so this is going to be the front, I think. You can see the mushroom coming round. Still kind of looks a bit chaotic and squashed. A couple of 2x4s in red. We've got two 1x1s in red, and hopefully I can find them. Right in front of me we've got two 1x4s in red. So 1x4s around the back here, one stud indent from our 2x6, and we've got a 1x1, and then we've got our 2x4s going around the back. It's a little bit delicate here because of the overhang, so as you push down you can ping them off a little bit, so just trying to support the overlap as I push them in. Then we need a 1x4 in red, 1x2, 1x1, 1x3, we've got a 2x6, and I'll find it, 2x3. So we get our 1x4 and we stick one of these 1x1 studs in the bottom again, and then that sticks up here, two studs about there I think, and you have a 1x so have a look, got a 2x6 there, then you have a 1x3 here. Now of course I need to put a 1x2 in here, but I don't have the overhang to do that, so I might need to check that. Oh, I see, because underneath here we stick a 2x3 in, and then we stick our 1x2 on top. We need another 2x6 in red, we need a 2x3, two of those in red, and two, I've got them somewhere, 2x2s in red. If I can find it. 1x2s, there's 2x2s, 1, 2. So then we put the 2x3 up here with one stud in from our 1x4, then we've got two 2x2s next to each other, and then we put our 2x3 over here. Then where we've got this one stud overlap, we align the 2x6 there. Yeah, Brandon, I'm aiming to build the whole thing in one stream. Given the piece count, it should be doable, I think. Hope so, because next week we're going to be building Sonic the Hedgehog. Lego ideas set. Depends how wrong I go with this build, I guess. Then we've got a 1x3, 1x6 in tan, 1x3 in red, 1x4 in tan, and then at the front here we'll stick in two 2x4s in tan. So the face is building up a bit more here. and another 1x6, another couple of 1x2s, 1x2, and then 2 1x3s. Then we'll leave a 2 stud gap at the front, put 2x4, 2x4 in. Then we have our 1x4, 1x3, and a 1x6, and then a 1x3. So if I just quickly show you how this is building up, we're getting this shape going on. And we've got 2x6, a couple of 2x2s, and 1 or 2 2x3s in red. So I'll put this back right way around, I'm going to go wrong, and then we're going to build out this back section here of the so you put the 2x6 on the edge, 2x3 in red in here, and our 2 2x2s as we did on the other side, and then finish off with our 2x3 there. So we're mirroring what we did on the other side. Then we've got a 2x3 in red, 1x4, 1x3, 1x2, 1x1, and a 2x6. 2x6 is out, easier. And we start with the 2x3 over here. We have the 1x3, 1x2 hanging off. That's what we did on the other side. And we stick the 2x6 in, and then that goes in over this side here. Almost one more stud over, and we put our 1x4. We take another 1x1 there, and we'll just stick that into that gap there. Then we need a couple of 2x4s in red, and these go sideways onto the ones we've already put on there. As you can see, it's a bit flimsy at this stage. They need to reinforce because of the overhang. It will ping out. This is the trick of not overlapping that by one stud. So that's like that. Then at the front we need a 1x2, and that's going to go on these 2 studs we've got stuck at the front here, like that. So now on the front you can see we've got that. Then we've got 2 1x1s with studs on the side, and these go on top of that 1x2 we just stuck on, with the studs sticking out on either side opposite of each other. So like this. So the 2 studs either side here. So we're going to be able to start putting the eyes and stuff in, I think. Then we need some plates. So we need 2 2x3 plates and a 2x2. And with that we stick these 2 on top of each other to get this overhang, and that comes in top of the pieces we just stuck, just to secure them into place, and it levels off this section here. Then continuing our build now around the back, we're going to start introducing some white elements. Obviously the mushroom has some white spots on it, so we've got 2x6 in white, a couple of 1x6s in red, 1x4 in red, and 2 1x1s in red. So where do we start? Put a 1x1, I think it goes on on there like that. And coming off that we have a 1x4 with the alignment of the third stud there. Then the 1x1 goes next to that. Then we have a 1x6 which has a 2 stud overlap here. Same again with another 1x6 and a 2 stud overlap, and then we've got the white which lines up with 3 studs there. Then we've got 2x4, 1x3, need a 1x2, and 3 2x3s. And so our 2x3 goes there next to our 1x1 that we stuck in, then a 2x4, and then we'll line up 2x4, and then our 2x3s overlap by 1 stud just on the edge again. Just a trick there. Pull it back a sec. Need to put a 1x4 and a 1x2, and then stick a brick over that. Then our 2x3 over that, and put that back in there. Feel like I'm missing the instructions actually say that's a 1x3 under there, but the instructions are wrong, I think. Just reading the instructions, they say there's a 1x3 used, but actually in the picture there's a 1x4, and I've gone with the 1x3. I think the instructions are showing slightly wrong, but we'll see how that goes. Probably run out of pieces now. So then we need a 2x4. We've got a 1x2 in red. Let's grab a 1x3 and 2 1x6s. So we have a 1x4 that starts off on this side, 2 stud overlap, and a 2x4 that's the same. Then we have our 1x6 with a 3 stud overlap, another 1x6 with a 1 stud, and then 2x3 and a 1x2. Staggering it around the front. Then we need 2 1x1s with studs on the side again, 2x2 in red, and we've got 4 1x4s. Just going to build around this face section. So the 1x4s go on the front, and again the 1x1s go on the front, but with the studs facing opposite. Stick a 2x2 there in red, and then we'll just continue the 1x4s in tan. So at the front now we've got these sections with the studs. Then as we go up, we're going to use 1 2x4, 1x4 in red, 1x3 and a 1x2, and we need a couple of 1x6s. Brand, I think this is the super mushrooms that make them larger. I think the one that gives them a life is green, isn't it, in the game? I think. Might be wrong, but I think it is. Then we've got a couple of 1x6s Coming out the side here, got our 2x4 and our 1x4 next to that. So overlap. These little overlaps are a little tricky, I must admit. Then we've got a 2x4, a 1x4 in red, 1x3, 1x2, and three 2x3s in red. So two of the 2x3s we stick together and we connect them with the 1x3. It goes on the side over here. Then we have a 2x4 stuck together. Stick those all together like that, and then that connects in over this side. Then we've got two 1x6s in red, two 1x1s in red, and a 1x4 in red. It's got to build the rest of this section out. So 1x6 comes across over here, so it sticks together. I didn't catch that. Could you? Series. And then 1x4, 3 studs overlap. There's a 1x1 at the ends. And I've done that too early. Take that off. Siri distracted me. 1x6 on first. Then we have the 1x1 and the 1x4. Just trying to make sure it sticks together properly. Then you have a little 1x1 that goes in there as well. It's in the step 38. So you can take a look. See the first white spot coming through. Now I'm just going to put this to the side a second because we need to build the sort of eye piece that's going to go in. To do that, we do a plate bracket, black facing upwards, and a 1x2 plate. So we just stick those together. Then we get a 1x4 in black and use that to stick those two elements together, and then we use another one on top of that, and that was something like this. Then we have got a 1x4 plate in tan, and we have a 1x4 tile on top. He's got these two studs here, and what we do is we'll make the eye pieces by these white tiles stuck on like that. So there's one. Then we do the same for the other side. Put the other way sort of round. 1 and 4 in black. Another 1 and 4 in black. 1 and 4 tan. And then I'll tile in tan on top of that, and then we'll stick on our curved white tiles for the, he says he pings it off, for the eyes. Try and get these as sort of level as you can get them. There we go. So if we bring the model back in, and where we built earlier the two studs facing on the side, we'll stick one on one side like that, and the other on the other side like that, so you can see the eyes coming together to the front of the mushroom. Moving around the back, we'll continue out this sort of white spot. So we got a couple of white 1x4s. Then we've got a 2x4 in red. And so our 2x4 in red goes in the middle there. Now 1x4s just come off the back like that to make the spot bigger. Now we're going to go around again, another circle. So got 1x2 in red, 2x2, 1x4, 2x4, and two 2x3s. Stick the 2x3 and the 2x together, and stick a 1x2 underneath. They're joint together, and then these go in first off here. Then we have a 1x4 which goes across here. Then our 2x3, and then a 2x2 round that side. We've got 2x4, 3 1x4s, and a couple of 1x2s. 1x4 goes on there. Just being careful not to use things to ping off. Some of them are only held on by 1 or 2 studs. They're a bit flimsy in places at the moment while we're in the build process. And we've got a 2x4, another 2x3, 1x4 in tan, and 3 red 2x2s. So we can come around this front section here. So we put a 2x2 in there, with a 2x4 there, and then we have a 2x3, 2x2 there. We've got a 1x4 and 2x2 in red. And as we come across the sort of face area, we've got some plates. So we've got some 3 2x2s, a couple of black 1x2s. So we just go across the front of the face like this. The black piece is on where the eyes are continuing. Then on top of those we've got 2 2x4 plates which just connect it all together like that. Then to make sure it levels off, then we've got a 2x4 and 2x2, so we've got a 2x2 plate, 2x4 and a 2x2, just so we're all level now at the front. So front wise now you can see that the eyes have been finished off complete. Then we've got 3 2x2s, another 1x4, 2x4 in red, and 2x3. I'm going to finish off this side. It'll be a mirror image of what we just did. So we've got 1x4, 2x2 in the back, 2x3 comes out, 2x2, 2x4 and a 2x2. There we have 2x4, 1x4, another 1x4, 2 1x2s, just continuing down this side of the mushroom. get in some bottom bricks there. So we've done that, and we've got one stud. It's very flimsy, this bit. I dislike it. So we have a 1x4, that's 2 studs in. Then we have, and this goes across here, 1x2. Then we have 1x4 goes there. Then we have a 2x4 here, 1x2 there. Then a 1x4 under here. We did have a 1x3 drop off. I think it was there. A little tricky to follow sometimes, these instructions, but it's probably also because it's the first time I've done a sculpture like this, so it's a bit more programming in your head. And we'll just take a 1x2 to join a 2x4 and a 1x3. These are going to go up this end here. Build that bit out more. A bit more on the white bricks now, so a couple of 1x4s, a couple of 1x4s in red as well, and if I can find them, a 2x3 in white as well. So to kick us off, we put 2x3, I think slap bang in the middle, then we have our 1x4s in white go either side, leave a 1 stud gap, and continue our red 1x4s behind that. We're just going to build this section out over here now. So we've got a 2x2 goes in, and a 1x3 wasn't in properly. Let's try that again. Then we have a 1x4, 1x4 with a 1x1 on the inside. Then we've got a 2x4 and a 1x4 just to bring round there. Then we've got another white spot on the mushroom. A couple of 2x4s, 1x4 and a 2x2 in white. So 2x2 and our 2x4. Another 1x4 around there. A couple of 1x6 in red, a 2x4 and a 2x3, and then a 1x1 in red, and 2x3 in red goes on first, then our 2x4, and we have a 1x6, got 1x1 just goes on that side, and then another 1x6 at the front, just goes in there. Two red 2x4s then go across the front of the face where his eyes were. Two 1x6s in red. Bring these round the front. Then do the other white spot on this side. So the 1x4 goes on first, then we've got 2x4s in white, and then 2x2. Then we'll finish this red section off at the back. And 2x2. If I can find one. So start with the 1x4. And we've got our 2x4. 1x4. We have a 1x3. Just put our 2x2 in there, which looks slightly wrong, which is wrong. Where did I go wrong? So that lines up with that. There goes one stud in. There goes one stud in. There goes one stud in. And that's gone two studs in. Needs to go out one more. That's that. So now, see, we're starting to really get the look of the mushroom coming in now. It doesn't look so much like a big squashed Lego mess. Let's continue on. So we've got a 1x4 in white. We'll do some more spot around the back. Continue that up. Three 2x2s in red. So to kick us off, we'll stick a 2x3 there. Like that and like that. Four 1x4s, a couple of 1x1s, and a 2x4. It's going to work again across over this side. So start with a 2x4. Then we've got a 1x4, a 1x1, another one, and a 1x1 there, and another 1x4. So each 1x4 going one more one stud in even further. Then we've got a 2x3 in white. 1x3 in red, and we need two 1x6s in white. And a 2x4 in red. So a 1x6 in white goes 2 studs in there, ends off with a 2x3, and then our 1x6 goes on the outside there, and inside here we've got a 2x3, 4 sorry, and then a 1x3 in red. Then we got 2 1x4 bricks, 1x2 and a 1x3. Just gonna stick these on here like this, and we come around the front. Then a couple of 1x2s which need to be off by 1 stud, and then somehow we need to connect them. So it goes like that, I think, and it goes like this. So we need to connect, flip that over, and then connect this to the front like so. It's always a bit tricky. Then we've got 3 2x4s, just going to go around the front face area. 1 stud out again. Then we just repeat what we did on the other side. This arrangement, and then that goes on this side again. Build out a bit more this side. That's a 1x4 there. 3 1x2. Bit more white going on. So we've got 2x3 goes across there, 1x3 next to that, and then a 2x4 in red. And then we stick a 1x6 in white there. Same on the outside as we bring this further down. So start with the 1x4 red here, it just goes with a 1 stud overlap. There and there. And again. Finish off with a 2x4. Just to show you, we're like getting up to this sort of look now. Some white pieces, got a couple of corner 2x2s in red, and where did I put all the 2x2, 2 1x2s. So next level now, so we'll start again from this side, and we'll put in a corner brick over there, and a 1x4, 2x2 just behind that, 2x2 there, continue this round, and a 1x6 again goes on the outside of the circle. Then we've got a 2x6 in red, a couple of 1x4s, and a white one, and we've got a 2x4 to bring round this side again. So we put a 2x6 right across there, then with a 3 stud overlaps a 1x4 there and there, then the white 1x4 and a 2x4 in white coming across. And a white 2x6 brick, couple of 2x3s in red, one in white, and a 1x4 in red. So our 2x3s in red just go across this section here, finish off with a 2x3 and a 1x4, and across the front here is sticking on a 2x6 in white. Now bringing around the front, 2 1x4s, one by 6 and a 1x1. 1x1 just goes in there. And our 1x6 goes across like that. And the front of the face, we've got a 2x2, we've got 2 1x4s, and a couple of 1x1s in red. Goes across the front like that. Then build out this side. So we've got 2x4 in red, a couple of 1x4s, 1x6 and a 1x1, 1x6 just go straight across there, and a 1x4, one stud overhang, and again with another one, and then a 2x, then our 1x1 just goes into there. Then we've got a 2x6. Two 2x3s in red, and we're looking for a white 2x3. So let's just build in this section around here, same way we did the other side. We've got a red 2x6. Got a white 2x4, 1x4 in white and 2 red 1x4s. We come around to this section here. Then we'll finish off with that 2x6 there as well. So that's another level done. Step 89 now. So got a white 2x6, a couple of 2x4s in white and a 1x2 in red. Stick that on there. White 2x6 goes on there. And our 2x4s. Oh, I just pinged off a corner piece, hang on. We'll need that, put that back in. Right, so that's back into position. Next up, we've got a 2x6 in red, got 3 1x4s and a 1x1, and we're just going to come down this side again. So our 1x4 is level then, and one stud in, another single stud in with a 2x6. We've got the 1x1 there. Three 1x4s in whites. Then we've got a 1x2. A couple of 2x3s. If I can find one red. So 1x4 goes on there, another one just in front of that, and our 1x6 goes across, 1x2 in there, 1x4 at the side, then around the back here, we'll stick those, and we need a 2x2 as well in red, just goes into there. Then we've got some more red bricks going in. We come around this front section here, so we stick a 1x1 in red just on the ends. We have a 1x4, another 1x1 there, 1x4, another 1x4. And then we have a 2x4. Then around the face, 2x6, a couple of 2x3s in red, 2 1x3s in red, and a couple of 1x1s. So let's add that 1x1 in there. Then we've got 2x3, 1x3, another 1x3 there, 2x3, and then at the front here we've got our 2x6, and then a 1x1, so we're getting a bit of an overlap at the front. Come back round here towards the other spot on the other side, got 3 1x4s, and a 2x4, a couple of 1x1s as well. So our 2x4 goes on the front, and then we've got a 1x4, a 1x4, just like that. And we've got 1x6 in white, 3 1x4s in white, 2 2x3s, a couple of 2x2s, or 1, and a 1x2 in red. Build out this side of the spot again. We have a 1x4 in there. That needs to be a 1x. Two by three, 2x3, 1x2 there, 1x4 there, 1x6 at the front. Just like that. Coming around this side. Two by 6 in there, and then few more 1x4s. So let's see where we're at. You can see now mushrooms well and truly forming. See the spots on the side coming through as well. So we're making good progress. Must be over halfway or about halfway. There seems to be like a lot of bricks left though. So see our ambulance going past. Happy days. 1x4, 1x4 here. Then we'll stick a 1x4 at the front. Finish it off with a 1x1 there, and then a 1x2 in red just goes around the back. We've got 5 1x4s, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1x1 and a 1x2 in red. I'm going to build out this section again. At some point the head of course is going to come inwards, so we've been moving it outwards as it goes sort of mushroom shapes, and it's going to come back inwards on ourselves, which will probably be happening soon I think. Then we need a 1x1, we've got 2 2x3s in red, need 2 in white as well, 1x4, 2x4 in red and a 2x4 in white, and we put 1x4 in white next to that one. 1x1 goes on there, 2x3, 2x3, 2x4, 2x4. Pull that in like that. Then we've got 2 1x4s, 2x3, 2x2, and a couple of 1x1s. And we need a 1x6 in red as well. face. We've got a couple of 1x4s in red and white and a 2x4. 1x4, sorry, yeah, 1x4 in red, 2x4 in red, and then another 1x4 in red go on first. And then at the front we put the white 1x4s overhanging by one stud. There's some more white bricks going on this side for the spot to continue. Two by four there and there in white and red. Continues round. Then we've got these 2x4s in red either side here, and then we're going to stick this 2x6 in white right across on this side as we come around to another layer. We've got a 1x2 in white and in red, and another 1x1 in red. And then we'll stick a 1x2 in white over that side. Thanks, Brandon. Yes, still gaining subscribers, which is great. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, do hit that subscribe button. Good plug again. We're slowly getting there in numbers. Just doing the front spot really now, and then carrying on round the sides. Starting to feel like it's coming inwards now in terms of the shape. Two by two there and 2 by 3 coming round, and two by 3 still lots of bricks left. There's a 2 by 3, 2 by 4 here, and in red in the back as well. Just continue this section off here, and then we finished another level. That. So let's have a quick look. We're on step 120 now. You can see Mushroom's head is like in full build mode now. Must be getting near to it coming together now. Have to be careful now, heavy-handed, not to, as we come inwards, not to push too hard, and to support the bricks underneath as we come in. By 4 here and a 1 by 1. Then we have a 2 by 3 going in there. Then we've got some of the white spot coming through. Then we've got 3 1 by 6s in red, 2 by 3 in white, 2 by 2 in red, 1 by 2 in white, and a 1 by 1 in red. Oh cool, have you, Brandon? Didn't realise you'd been here all the time. Great to have you all this time. Thanks for sticking with us. So just putting the 1 by 6s in here. So 1 by 1 goes in, another 1 by 6, and then another 1 by 6 coming across there. Build out this front section again above the eyes. So we have 1 by 4 in red and then white. comes right across there, and then same to build out this side. 3 1x6s, one by one, and a white 1x2. Stick that in like that. That's another layer added. Another couple of 1x6s, 2x4s, and a couple of 1x2s. So we got from there, we have got that's there, I think. I think that's correct. No, it's not. Can't quite figure out this angle here. So got the white brick, then we've got 1 2 3 4, so I think it's there. And we have that, and these two like so. I think that's it. So we need a 2x4 in white, couple in red, couple more 1x4s. Bricks are slowly starting to disappear, which is a good sign, so we must be getting towards the end. One by one, needs to come back one. So that, then we have one more stud in there, like that, and then a white one next to that. Make sure I don't mess up the indent as we come inwards. These series of 1x4s, which go indented one stud each time. A 1x3s and a couple of 1x1s in red to do the front face area. So we've got a 1x4 which overlaps my 3 studs there. A 1x1 goes in there. 1x3 goes in the front. And then we have a 2x4 and our 2 2x4s in red go behind that, and the 1x3 again, 1x4, and a 1x1 just goes in there. Now we're just going to bring a series of those 1x4s in again here, and we've got 2x4, 2x3, 2x3 there. Two by fours go on, and a 1x4, 2x4, and a 1x4, and a 1x1 sneaks in there. So another layer added, and it kind of looks a bit weird this side, must admit, but probably back one, I think. That looks better. Better. Well, minefield this. Then we've got 5 2x4s in red. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think we start off like this. Then we've got 2x6 in red, 2 2x4s, 1x4s, and a 1x2. That's quite right. I feel like these are in the wrong place. So we've got 5 studs there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, 5. And then that goes there. And then we'll just go forward by 1 stud. Maybe I went wrong over this side somewhere. And that would be 3 studs there. Another 3 there. Another 1 by 2 there. We have basically we're like 1 stud over, I think. Apologies. I just feel like these instructions aren't the clearest they could be from my point of view, I don't think. I think that's kind of right now. Find out in a minute when it all looks completely wrong. Around the front and then go right across the front. We need some 2 by 6s and 1 by 6. So we've got a white 2 by 4 at the front, then we've got 1 by 6 and a 2 by 6 in red at the back. And a 2 by 4 in white, 1 by 4 in white and in red, 1 by 2 and 1 by 1. I think what it is the instructions start from the back of the mushroom and work their way forward. I think it's trickier to see the stud positioning. Probably for me it would be easier if it just started at the front so you could see exactly how many studs away from the front things you are going. And that's probably just my personal preference of the build. How does that work? Like that. So now we've completed another layer here. It's getting quite heavy now. So you see it's coming inwards as we go. We'll see at the end if the my actual model actually looks like the picture, or whether I've gone wrong. Then we have a couple of 1x16 bricks, which are actually in this sort of tan colour, which go right across in the middle here. Get them lined up. Gives us a bit of support in the structure, and they'll be covered up so you won't be able to see it, and it helps us do the top, I'm guessing. 3 by 4, a couple of 2 bys. We're just going to continue around this side now. Tragic. Well, he just drops. Ugh. Smashes up the place. As per usual. Put these outside ones on first to secure them in place, and then stick the inside ones on so they don't ping off. Obviously. Couple of 1x6s and 1x4, so 1x4 just comes across here, and we've got a 1 stud indent across here like that. Then we've got a couple of 1x2s, the 2x6, and another 1x2 across the front there. And then we've got 2x4 and a couple of 1x6s in red. Just continue the front section. Three 2x4s, 1x4, and a couple of 2x3s in red. So let's learn our lesson from last time. Now we're building up to doing the actual top bit now, I think. So we've got 3 2x6s in white. We've got a red one, and we've got 1x2 in red. Oh, sorry, in white, not in red. The colours mixed up. So we're going to go our 2x6. White goes there. The red goes across here. And then white again there, I think. White goes into here, and then we've got 1x2 just goes onto there. A bit of a gap here. That's because again we're 1 stud off our positioning. Right, that's better. Then we've got another red 2x6 and a 2x3, and they're going to go across those supporting structures in the middle. Another 2x6, we've got a white 1x6 and 2 red 1x6s, 2 1x2s in red, and a 1x1 in red. I'm going to build a bit more over this side out now. So we've got a 1x2, with that 2x4 which wants to collapse in. In there. Try that again. And then we've got our last two actually, 2x4s in red, so is the last we need. Then we've got one in white, and then we've got two 1x2s in white as well. So now we're going to cover this front bit up, and so we start with our two 2x4s in red, and then we've got 1x2 in white, 2x4 in white, another 1x2 in white, 2x6 in red, 1x6 in red, another two 1x6s in red, 1x1 in red, and two 1x2s. Now we're just going to do this side. So 1x6 goes on, and again, and a 1x2, and our 2x6, another 1x2 there, and a white, and a 1x1 pops into the middle there. Then we've got lots of white to go on here, so we need two 2x6s, which is our last 1x6, 2x4s, and a couple of 1x1s in white. A big red circle on top over here, so we've got three studs left over here. I think that goes on about there and there. Then we have a 1x1. Then with a couple of 2x4s, and then in front of that 1x6 in white. So we're covering that right up. Then we've got six 2x6s in red. 2, 3, 5, 6. And we're going to go right across here to cover this final hole up in a square fashion. And at the front we've got the 1x6 in red, 1x4 in red, and 1x2, and so we go one stud indented here for 1x4, and a 1x2, another 1x4, and then in front our 1x6. Then we've got a 2x4 and a couple of 1x1s. So these go into this position here just to raise up this final spot. We have two final white pieces going on here. So our 2x3s goes like that. 2x4s in there, and our 1x2s. And some red pieces. 2x6 in there, and then a 1x4 at the front. And randomly, I have all the bricks gone except for 1x4. So I've got a spare 1x4, and this is the end of the build. And the instructions say you can now remove it, hopefully, from the base plate. See how easy it is to do that. There you go, done it. So I've removed the mushroom from our base plate. From the top here you can see there's the mushroom all complete. So there you go, see, took 2 hours to build, 700 and so pieces. You can see all the connecting pieces here. So the item obviously doesn't do anything, but is a display piece that you can put next to any kind of Nintendo 64 stuff. As you can see over on this side here, we've got the Cube and the NES. We also can, I'm probably going to get some more shelving units. I'll probably have a Nintendo kind of section or with Sega as well. So you can join me next week to see the Sonic the Hedgehog build. So if we go back to the main camera before we wrap up, you can see the kind of see it in all its glory there, and you can kind of make out there's the Nintendo 64 cube which you built a couple of streams ago, and it's about the same size as that. So you can see it looks kind of pixelated, but it looks kind of cool. Look at that, all the circles and the bits together. I mean, the instructions were a little difficult to follow, as I mentioned through the stream, and I think for me personally it would be easier to start the build from the front. It's difficult to see how many studs were being offset from the condition of the thing, but you can see the eyes at the front look really cool, and it's looking really cool on top. So I'm really pleased with that. It's my first Lego sort of sculpture following the instructions, so thanks to BrickerBuilds for those. As I mentioned, I'm going to try and do the Mario build as well, which is like a tall figure probably about this big by the same person in future builds, but I need to collect all the pieces, and they take quite a lot of collecting to do. So we'll be doing that in a future build at some point. So check out the stream that come live, and hit that subscribe button to be notified when that kind of hits the channel. Join me next Sunday. We'll be looking at Sonic the Hedgehog, as I said, so the new Lego Ideas set that's just come out in January. So we'll be building that. I'm aiming to do that all in one stream, hopefully. Given the size of it, it's not too big. And then the week after that, we're going to start building the Lego modular build for this year, the Boutique Hotel. That'll probably take a couple of streams because it's a little bit larger. So they're already live on the channel for you to set a reminder for, so you can check out when they'll be coming on. Also this week we put another movie live as well, so check out the review we did for Squid Game minifigures. So if you're interested in Squid Game minifigures, there's a video live for this week as well. Remember to like this video if you enjoyed it, so we get more people to see it, and enjoy the rest of your weekend and Sunday, and hopefully you can join me next week for the Sonic the Hedgehog stream. And until then, stay safe, and I'll see you then.